Hi, everyone. Excuse me, adjusting myself. Good evening, yogis. How are you? Back in my preferred comfort zone on Facebook. I'm sorry if you were looking forward to a Zoom session, but this morning was such a stressful first 10 minutes with glitches happening. And I can't really see much of anyone when there's a few people online. So I've made up my mind. Hello, Lynn. Yeah, staying with Facebook Live. Hi, Alana. Oh, thank you. My hair's all tied back. Look how long it's getting, though. Like so much hair. But I'm quite liking it. Thank you, Elaine. How are we all? I've been really struggling with the decision. I'm good. I'm glad you like Facebook Live. I mean, it's nice that initial few minutes when everyone's like, "Oh, hi," and I'm like, and there's people I haven't seen for so long, and it's really nice. And then, like this morning, for the first 10 minutes, it was like watching everything in slow motion. People kept sticking in funny positions. And also, I think a lot of people find it difficult with phones and iPads to get their device set up so that I can see them. And then I kept saying to them, I can't see you when you're lying down. I can't see you when you're standing up. I can't see your sun salutation. So really, what's the point? I'd rather spend my time on my vocal cueing rather than going, such and such, you've disappeared. Such and such, I can only see down your bra. Such and such, I can only see your groin from this angle. So no, it's decided. We are staying with Facebook Live. Hello, Helen. I'm so sorry about Tuesday, and for anyone else who usually comes to Yin. It's been a slightly stressful and emotional week. Hi, Vari. Good to have you here. Hi, Megan. So I hope you're all okay with that. It will be Facebook Live. So I've put a few messages up on each group page today, just reminding everyone that classes are on Facebook all next week. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. and 6:15 p.m. And yes, Elaine, exactly. Tuesday night at 6:15 is Yin. And then from Monday the 29th, which happens to be a big birthday for me. I'm okay, thanks, Elaine. Hi, Linda. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Laura. Hope you're okay. Take it easy. Laura had a little tumble today, so hope you're okay. Did you fall onto your knees, Laura, or you can tell me more later. Hopefully there's not too much damage and bruising. What was I saying? Yes, Monday the 29th of June is a big birthday for me, so I'm taking that day off and then extending it for 2 weeks. I'm going to have a 2-week birthday. It's a big birthday. I can have 2 weeks. Hi, Pam. Glad you managed to get a class this week. That's great, Helen. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, just let me check my phone in for a couple of seconds. There's a message in case it's anything to do with class. Okay, it's not. So yes, I still feel that, I can see you, and I actually feel that I can give a stronger instructional cueing to your practice when I'm actually doing the practice as well, and visualizing and thinking, what do I need to say here in order for you all to get it? Because when I'm looking at a screen full of like 15, 16 people, even with 8 people, sometimes it's little images, and like I say, not a lot of people are managing to get a good angle for me to see their practice. So it's your back that's sore. Oh, Laura. Yeah, it's just been too difficult on Zoom, and it kept getting all glitchy, so let's just stick with Facebook. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Morag. So for most of you that's been coming to the studio, if you were 5:45 p.m. when you used to come, your next week is number 8 if you paid for the 8-week block then. I think that's right. I think most of you were on track. So for most of you that's online tonight, your 8 weeks is up next week. And then there'll be 2 weeks off. So even though you pay next week, that won't start till, what is it, the 13th of July or something, whatever that week is. So I'm off from the 29th of June, that's a Monday, for 2 full weeks, and I'm back the following week. But we've still got next week. If you're not sure when your fees are due, I can look it up. But for most of you, next week is number 8. Some of you were on a different payment date. For some of you, it's this week is number 8. But we'll get that sorted. Okay. Anything else to report? Anyone else had any injuries since I last saw them? Hi, Barbara. So please, when you're going through the sequence, just really listen to any cueing that's coming forward, anything that I know sometimes can be problematic, I will give options for. So, you know, hi Sarah, when I say you now have 3 options, I used to go in the studio, option, 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 like flashing lights option. It means it's optional. So you don't do all 3. Hi Tanya. I know, Alana, another 8 weeks online. I think it's probably going to be, what do you think? It's going to be at least up till the festival. We've had this big festival for those that are new to class, and it's going to be online this year, and that's the 19th and 20th of September, and that's only about 10 weeks away, would you believe? So we're going to be online at least till then, and then we can reassess. So yes, if you're up for another block of 8, I think most of you are due next week. But you can check that up on your bank statements, etc., when you last paid. Shall we get going then? Please take to your mat. We start and end most classes, not every single class, but most classes, we start and finish in what's called Shavasana. Shava means corpse. It's a funny word, isn't it? It means allow your body, your physical shell of a body, to be like a corpse. Just drop it into your mat. But the difference is you're breathing, all the systems of your body are working, but the physicality, the outward shell that we live within, is temporarily dropped off. And as you lie down, you want to let your legs maybe be supported. You maybe want a pillow under your knees, especially if you've got a backache. And you really want to just drop your shoulders, drop your legs away from each other, and let your arms be away from your body so that when you breathe wide and full, there's no restriction of your arms being on your body. So really try and let them go. And please begin to breathe in a nice full yogic breath. And what does that mean? You might think, I know that some of you are newer to me, but you've all done yoga before. So really make it full, deep and wide. The breath is 9 times out of 10. In fact, we have one breath in our practice today that is out through the mouth, but it's still in through the nose. 9 times out of 10, yogic breathing is nasal only. In through the nose, out through the nose. And as you're breathing in, you follow the breath's journey up through the nasal passages, down the back of the palate and down the trachea, and really feel the expansion of your trunk. Like you're blowing up a balloon. You kind of are. Your lungs are like balloons. And when they're full, pause a little moment and feel the fullness. And as you exhale, simply let the breath come out through your nose. This week's class is based on Tantra. And a lot of people hear the word Tantra yoga and they think we're going to be doing sexual positions. But it's all about a rising up of the energy, or more correctly, a merging of the energy. Tantra does teach us how to direct the sexual energy to connect with Brahma, or the universal source of energy. If everyone knew how to control this energy and channel it into creativity and higher realms, we might not have so much sexual dysfunction in our society. As Tantra grows in popularity, it helps to heal the masculine and feminine energies that we all encounter within us and the world around us. This type of practice is all about acceptance and embodiment. And the goal is the merging of Shiva and Shakti. So the Shiva, the masculine energy, is up in the crown of the body, and Shakti is the feminine energy rising from the base of the spine. Shiva's where all knowledge arises, and Shakti is the force of manifestation. They can't survive individually, they have to merge. Well, they can survive, but a lot of things go wrong. When they're separate, duality begins. So we're looking for this merging, oneness. Samadhi is the goal. Whether we identify in this lifetime as masculine or feminine, we all have both within us, Shiva and Shakti. When Shakti moves up the spine through orgasm, Shakti moves back to Shiva. And it's in this moment that we have insight, inspiration, universal intelligence. So all yoga is Kundalini, it's Tantra, or it should be. It should all be about raising the energy, stimulating the body, and a merging of masculine and feminine. Tonight, this week, is mostly about the feminine energies and what we can gain from the iconography of the goddesses that we're speaking about this week. Okay, everyone, please bend your knees now that you've had a few deep breaths there. And with your knees bent, bring your feet fairly close to your bottom, somewhere that it's comfortable for the frontal knees. If there's any discomfort in the front of your knees, have your feet slightly further away. And really press very gently, Laura, your lower back into the mat. We want to keep the pelvic floor slightly with a lifted sensation. And we're going to raise and lower our spine into a gentle bridge 10 times. And each time you do, can you bring the arms overhead as you inhale, and then the arms back by your sides as you exhale. Let's begin. Breathing in, raise the hips and the spine and the arms and stretch them behind you. Breathing out, lower the body at the same time as the arms, keeping toes down, everyone. Inhale, 10 toes on the floor, body rises, arms rise up and over. Exhale, everything back down. Please keep going until you've done 10 rounds. We're going to begin with the energy from the goddess Lakshmi. When we look at all these idols from the Hindu mythology, we might get rather confused as to why they have so many arms and they have so many weapons. Some people say to me, but it's yoga, it should be all about peace. Why do they have swords, and some of them carry a noose, and some of them have a spinning chakra? Well, these are all different symbols. It's called iconography. It's reminders of what we all have within us. The sword is a sword of knowledge. Sometimes it's like in Kali's hands, she holds a head of a demon and the blood is dripping. And again, we might think, what now? And it's about, this is cutting off the head of the ego, the all too powerful ego. We need some ego just to survive, but it's when we get arrogant with the ego, when we think we know better, then it needs to be cut off. You cut the head off the ego. Sometimes the chakra is spinning. This is to destroy evil. And Lakshmi also has lots of coins coming from her body. She's pouring out coins, and this is telling us about abundance. She carries and she sits on a lotus flower, meaning, come on, people, rise up. You still have time. Rise up. Don't be underwater. Don't be stuck in the mud. Be pure, be beautiful like the blossoming lotus flower. It's also a symbol of fertility. I think you'll have done your 10 by now. So if you're finished with your bridge, just let your legs rock very gently, like windscreen wipers of a car. The legs rock side to side to side. Lakshmi has 4 arms representing righteousness, desire, wealth, and liberation. Please come over now, dropping your legs to one side and then rolling up onto your hands and knees. So I know you can't probably see the pictures behind me, but they're also up on your page there, on your group page. And Lakshmi, all the goddesses are very beautiful, very radiant. And she also has 2 elephants guiding the way, again, purity and strength. And this other hand, the one that's like this, often Buddha has a hand like this. My Buddha is sitting in this position, my Buddha here in the lounge, but often the one hand is up. And this is saying, have no fear, you're on the right path, so keep going. Okay, onto our hands and knees now. So this next pose, cow to cat, is very like the bridge. It's the fluidity of the breath and the movement of your spine. So spread your fingers, separate your knees, and again, slightly more energetically than muscle, pull up on the pelvic floor and lift the tummy up a little. Bring your shoulders right above your hands and keep your feet flat on their 10 toenails. Exhale here. Now, as you inhale, allow the lower back to drop slightly, bringing the hips up behind you, and bring the chest and chin forward. Then as you exhale, roll the tailbone between your legs, the navel to the spine, the chin to the chest, tuck in your chin. Release. Inhale, cow pose, elbows are straight on both poses. And exhale, cat pose, drawing the roundness of the spine. Inhale, cow. Now we're going to add on to this in a moment. And exhale, cat. Now as you inhale into cow, chin and chest forward, hips up, raise your right leg with a bent knee. Imagine your big toe is touching the back of your head. Now bring the knee under you, keeping the foot off the floor. Exhale the knee towards the nose. And then bring the right knee down. Left side. Inhale, chin and chest forward, left leg up, and again, big toe to back of head, imagine. Exhale, round the spine, draw up the belly, and bring the left knee towards your nose. And then back to the earth. Without the legs now, back to the normal. Inhale, cow pose, lift the hips behind you. Roll them under. Exhale, cat. Right leg, tiger's tail. Inhale, cow, but it's tiger's tail when the leg is up. And exhale, bring the knee through towards your nose. And then down, left side. Inhale, chin and chest forward, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. And down. One more set of everything, no legs. Inhale, open the heart center. Exhale, stretch your spine and pull up your tummy. Tiger's tail, right leg, inhale, both arms nice and straight. Keep some weight on your right hand here. And exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. Last time, left side, inhale, chin and chest forward, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee, squeeze and release. Now, bring your knees a little wider and press your tail right back to your heels, stretching your arms even more forward. Aim to bring your head on the floor. If it doesn't quite reach, you might have a block there. Tucking your chin in so you're looking directly through your big toes as they touch, and drop down. Keeping your underarms lifted from the mat. Keep the energy there in the arms. Another 3 deep breaths. We can chant the same mantra to try and bring these energies more to us. We're attracting the energies of abundance when we chant the Lakshmi. So the mantra stays the same, but we put the different goddess names in there. As you breathe in, rise up out of your child pose and breathe out. Just either sit onto your heels or onto your bottom. Let's do a little mudra here. You bring your hands into the Anjali mudra, which we use a lot, and we'll be using it in our sun salutations. And from Anjali, keep the heel of your hands together and open the fingers apart from the smallest finger and the tips of your thumbs, and make a beautiful lotus shape. So curl your fingers a little. Bring your lotus to your heart center. And behind your closed eyes, look deep into your lotus. I want you to think about what you could use more abundance of in your life. What do you really desire more of? And we often say Lakshmi brings us wealth. but it's wealth in the form of an abundance of love, compassion, good health. So what do you need most? And we can ask Lakshmi to come to us. Om Shri Mahalakshmaye Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmaye Namaha. And imagine you have exactly what you need, everyone. And bring your hands back around it in a gesture of thanks. And release. Okay, let's come up to standing now. Now it's always difficult to get the laptop in the right position that you can see all of me. So I think you can see what you need to see. You can almost see all of me here. So the sun salutations, 12 moves, and there's 11 breaths. So there's an inhale, and then you move into the exhale. The only time we hold the breath is when we go into plank. It's not 11 breaths, but well, it becomes apparent the more you do it. Some of you have done it a lot. So you try to breathe into one side of the pose and breathe out to the other, but you do try and retain your breath to go into plank. We'll go nice and slowly for the first two. Spread your toes, little gap between your feet for, I think it's all ladies online tonight, and for ladies, it usually works better for our hips and pelvis with the feet. Can you see they're directly under what's called the sockets of the hips? Not out here at hip distance, but under the sockets. Traditionally, a lot of people say, but your big toes are meant to touch. But then your femurs come in at an angle towards your knees and it can feel uncomfortable. And then the pelvis doesn't tilt so well. It might do for you, but for most women, a little gap. Remember many years ago, yoga asanas, the physical practice, was only done by men, especially young Indian men. And men's pelvises are different from ours. So not everything should be as exactly as it was hundreds of years ago. Okay, exhale here, everyone. Inhale, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, the prayer pose as it's nicknamed, and exhale, drop your shoulders. Feel the energy moving up from the soles of your feet and straighten your knees without locking them. Don't push them back. Just lift the energy to the crown of your head. Okay, we're going to begin with an inhale into a tiny back bend. It's more the chest that lifts. So you're going to look up to the sky. Here we go. Breathing in, reach up and open your arms. Now bend your knees and reach forward. And as you exhale, bring your hands flat to the floor. Inhale the right leg into a big lunge, and then we put the knee down and we look forward. Now here we hold the breath. Bring the knee back up and go into plank. Hold. Then as you exhale, bring the knees down, come into that cow shape that we practice, but bring the chin all the way down. Inhale through. Now, depending on how you're feeling, if there's a reason to keep your belly off the floor, like pregnancy, you could be up here. Otherwise, unless it's pregnancy or a back injury, you want to come right down onto your pelvis. Then push up again. And tucking the toes, lift your hips to downward facing dog. And that will be on an exhale. Now you're going to get your right foot all the way forward, come up onto your tippy toes, pull in your tummy, and right foot lunge, breathing in. And again, look forward, back knee goes down. Tuck toes, lift back knee, and as you come into your forward bend, exhale, exhale, exhale. Bend your knees and look forward and come up like chair pose, but don't stop in chair. Just keep going until the legs are straight and you're back to the back bend. Then exhale your hands back to the heart. Okay, slightly faster, but we're not going fast. Inhale, rise up, open heart. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to earth. Inhale, left leg lunge. Now get that knee down and the chest forward. Holding on to the breath, plank. Exhaling, knees down, make the cow shape and try and bring your chin to the floor. Inhale, low cobra unless you're pregnant or got a back injury. Push up onto your hands and knees and then up with your hips, exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down. And exhale, forward fold, squeeze the breath out. Bend the knees, reach the arms forward and then power up to straight legs and lift the chest. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, right leg lunge, knee down and chest open. Hold your breath and go into plank. Exhale, knees down, chest forward and chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot lunge, left knee down, chest up. Exhale, front of your mat, fold deeply. Inhale, rise forward, up and back. Exhale, hands to the heart, left side. Inhale, rise up, open. Exhale, bend the knees until your hands are flat. Inhale, lunge your left leg, putting the knee down and the chest up. Lift the knee into plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale through to cobra. Exhale, push up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee grounded just for a second. And exhale, forward fold, squeeze. Inhale, up nice and strong through the legs. Exhale, we're going for 10. Take a rest if you need to. 4 down, 6 to go. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot forward. Inhale. Chest up. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left side, we're halfway. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, forward bend. Left lunge, inhale. Now you hold the breath and roll the way until you're in plank, and then exhale, knees down, hips up, chest forward and down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, the cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha, the dog. Left foot forward, inhale, right knee is down, and then tuck toes, step forward and exhale into your legs. Bend the knees, reach the arms in front, pull up, inhale, hands to heart, exhale. Last 4, do what you can. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Holding on to the breath, and then exhale, inhale, down dog, exhale, big lunge, right leg, inhale, forward fold, squeeze all the breath out, exhale, bend the knees, reach forward, straightening the legs and bending the back, inhale, hands to heart, exhale. Left side, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now keep a hold of it all the way into plank and come down. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Left lunge, inhale, step forward and fold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last 2, everyone. Inhale, exhale. Right lunge. Inhale, chest open. Plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Right foot. Inhale, forward fold, squeeze all the breath out, exhale, bend the knees, reach forward, inhale, up, hands to heart, exhale, number 10, left side, here we go, in silence. Now stay at the front of your mat for a few seconds with the hands pressed together. An Anjali Mudra. A mudra is a seal. We're sealing the energy. And in this gesture, the thumbs touch the breastbone, where we say the soul resides. Connecting nice and deeply with your heart center. Feel the blood rushing through your muscles, pumping from your heart. Nice warm muscles. Awakening physical, mental and emotional body. Blink your eyes if they're closed, release your hands, well done. And come back down to sitting comfortably. Well done. So from Lakshmi, and one more thing about the goddesses actually, is we're speaking about the goddess energy mostly, but like in life, there can be no further development in life without the energies being equal. So we have to give the men a bit of a mention. And you know, in yoga practice and yoga philosophy, we tend to hear more about the Trinity. So the Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer, which is a strange name, isn't it? A destroyer. But if we think about Brahma as like the universal energy, and some of you might use the word God. So in yoga, we tend to use Brahma. Vishnu just tries to keep everything. He's like the sattvic one. He just tries to keep it all surviving. And Shiva recognizes when some things need to be destroyed so that they can start again all over, because it's just got to such a place where there's nothing else to do but just completely destroy it and start again. This is like tapas, when the farmer burns his field and the crops look completely destroyed, but actually the next spring they come better, they grow better because they had got out of control. So anyway, Lakshmi is the consort of Vishnu, because Vishnu can't just keep everything preserved without the help of a good woman by his side, can he? And Brahma can't even create anything, never mind the whole universe, without Saraswati's help. So we are going to move on to, first of all, now Durga. Durga's on the tiger, and she's all about strength. I'm going to show you another mudra for Durga. So if you bring your right wrist on top of your left, so the right hand is closest to you, taking your index fingers, in fact, these represent the ego. That's why you should never point at anyone. You're being egotistical. So the index fingers cross and spin around each other. Do the same with the middle finger. Middle fingers right over left and cuddle them in. But don't do it with the ring finger, but do it with the pinky. So your ring finger and thumbs are left out. So we want to touch them together. The tip of the thumb and the tip of the ring finger. Then bring the right wrist again to the center of your chest. This is called, if I can remember, it's on the next page, and now I can't turn the page because my fingers are intertwined. Abhaya Hridaya, abidance in the heart with no fear. So Durga on her tiger tells us there is nothing to fear. As you place your hand near your heart, close your eyes and just come into your center. Have no fear. Durga has 10 hands. She's got so much to tell us. In one hand, she holds a conch shell, and the conch sounds the sound Om for the universal energy. She holds a bow and arrow, which represents a powerful energy. A thunderbolt to tell us that we should know when to strike. A half-opened lotus to tell us there's still growth to come. We have time to evolve. The sword, knowledge is power. The spinning chakra, destroy evil. And the trident, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva means to be balanced. Raja is hot-headed, and tamas is lethargic. So we're looking to be sattvic. So feeling this place of no fear with the help of Durga. Finding our reserves of inner strength. Please release your fingers now. When I started doing this routine on Monday, I was giving the option. For one of two of you, please do take the option. Again, if anyone is pregnant or got lower back injuries, something like with Laura today having a bit of a tumble, you're not going to jump between postures, okay? But like at the beginning of the week, I was saying, now you know you don't have to jump. You can walk into these postures. And so the week's gone on, I've gone, come on, let's be powerful. Let's jump into these poses. Because I think sometimes we convince ourselves that we can't, in inverted commas. I'm too weak, I might fall over, I might hurt myself, I'm not experienced enough. But I want you to get the energy of Ma Durga behind you. Feel like a tiger about to pounce. Yes? You're empowered. Let me show you. You're going to come from plank to down dog. You're going to feel like a powerful goddess, like you all are, girls. You're all powerful goddesses. Hey, only us girls can create the world. So you're going to spread your fingers and bend your knees, and then looking forward, you're going to pounce into chair pose, the fierce pose. 3, 2, 1, watch. Yes? And when you go back, this is different. Sometimes jumping backwards can bother the lower back, so you don't have to, but if you feel strong enough in the abdominal and lower back, jump to plank and up to down dog. And then 3 times chair to dog. You ready? Let's do this. So please bring your hands back to the dog position, nicely spread out, and your legs into plank. Lift your hips up and press your heels back. Take a breath here. Think of being empowered. Ma Durga also stands for justice. She has your corner, girls. She has your corner. Or she has your back. She's in your corner. She has your back. Pull in the tummy. Look forward. Are you ready? On my counter, it doesn't count. 3, 2, 1. Jump. Bend your knees and lift your arms and gaze straight ahead. Chest up, chin up. Keep the space under your chin. Don't jam your chin down. And then reaching forward, bring the hands back down. Like big tiger's feet. Press your hands down. Walker jump to plank. Up to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're coming into Utkatasana, the fierce pose. In 3, 2, 1. Jump. And raise your arms. Bend your knees. Push your hips back. Don't want to overload your knees. Don't push forward. Push back. Open the heart. One more time. Bring those big tiger's feet down on the mat. Step or jump to plank. Strong through the belly. Lift up to downward facing dog. Hold. Press back through your heels. And draw up through the pelvic floor. Lift the navel to the spine. Look forward. Bend your knees and pounce like a tiger. Go. And chair pose, Utkatasana. Push back towards your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Breathe. Cosmic warrior, Ma Durga. She's always on a tiger. So if you see any of the Hindu pictures with the goddesses and there's somebody on a tiger, it's going to be Ma Durga. Om Srim Durgaye Namaha. Reach forward and down. Listen, step back into plank and then put your knees down. Keeping your toes on the floor. For the last few weeks, I know some of you are new this week, but for the last few weeks we've been putting in these little, these baby chaturangas to try and get nice and strong in our upper arms. So again, I want you to think about being a strong goddess here. Keeping your toes on the floor, really important. They're digging into your mat. Your tummy muscles are lifted and your hips are up, again like the cow pose. From a cow, become a big tiger. So stretch your fingers, tuck in your elbows, now come forward like this. Draw your shoulders back and see if you can bend your elbows so much that your chin touches the floor like the sun salutations, and then push back up to straight arms. Did you get back up? Can you do it 4 more times? So only go as low as you can get back up. Ready? Tummy tight. Come forward, tap the floor with your chin, push back up. 3 more. Down, up, down, up. Now keep those elbows tucked in. Down, up, and then go down 1 more time and release your toes and come into a Sphinx position. So you're lying down on your legs and pelvis, but your lower belly to your face, your whole upper body is lifted and pressing forward, supported on your forearms. Well done. So Durga fights for justice. Om Shri Mahadurgaye Namaha. Om Shri Mahadurgaye Namaha. You often hear Maha or Ma before any of the gods and goddesses' names as a recognition of how great they are. Maha means great. From Durga, we're going to move on to Saraswati, knowledge of the arts. She's a big sister of Lakshmi, the first goddess, and she rides a beautiful white swan. She's all about inspiring us maybe into the arts. Perhaps you have some artistic, what's the word I'm looking for? You have something within you that you haven't allowed to flourish. It could be writing poems or stories or creating pictures, or, oh, I got such a beautiful gift from Elaine the other day. She left on my doorstep a beautiful stone that she had painted with the number 5 for my house. That's creativity, and it's very inspiring to make use of your time during lockdown. So how else could we find inspiration? We can ask Saraswati. So please come back up onto your hands and knees. Now it would be useful to have a couple of blocks here. If you have something, just have them at either side near the front of your mat. And from your hands and knees, bring your right knee forward to the right side of your mat and your right foot a little bit over to the left side of the mat. Some of you might like the 90 degrees. I also always mention that. If you're very, very open in your hip, you might like the ankle being in line with the knee, but that's usually just a handful of people. So you can keep a sharper angle at your knee and the forefoot back towards the shin, so you have a flexed ankle. And then stretch your left leg back, and you'll feel quite a tightness, probably a stretchy feeling in the right buttock. And then having something to support you, come into pigeon first and press our chest forward. And in this upright position, I really want you to think about keeping the pelvis, all the tendons and ligaments moving inwards. So this left hip bone, it has to come forward and in, really pull in. And the pelvic floor lifts up with the energy and the muscle tone. And this is Kapotasana, pigeon, but we're not staying in pigeon, just to get us ready. When we move into the next pose, after a few breaths, I'll also offer some of you an advance to it. And not everybody likes it, so you can try it and then you would go back to where we're going now. So can the left leg, after these few seconds, sometimes you get a release and the left leg can go further back. Keep this left frontal hip bone forward. Now what you could do if you're using blocks is take them in front, like so, and then maybe try and get your forearms on them. And that would be maybe enough for some. So if your right buttock is going, whoa, or a sound similar to that, then you've maybe gone for it far enough. You could also, without the blocks, just bring your forearms down here, or you can go deeper and stretch your arms, put your crown on the floor. You're trying your best to get some yin within the yang of this pose, to try and relax your jaw, your fingers, your shoulders, and just be with the discomfort in the right buttock. It's one of these, it's uncomfortable, but it feels good. You know that it's doing some good as well. Saraswati. Om Shri Saraswataye Namaha. Bring me some inspiration, Saraswati. Om Shri Saraswataye Namaha. Okay, who would like a little more in this pose? You can try. So coming up a little bit if you want to try it. And it might be useful if you were using a block to have it just somewhere at an angle beside your left side, because this left hand is going to thread under the right, and the left side of your head is coming onto the floor or onto a block. So I can go to the floor, but if you can't, you can put your head on a block or a cushion. And then your right hand, everyone, sweeps round the back of your waist. And it might even be able to bind, so 2 fingers and thumb, on the front big toe, the right big toe. And that should bring quite a big increase of stretch to the right buttock. Don't let the left leg roll to its outer edge. So you're still keeping the left frontal hip bone in and down. Yes? Sleeping swan. Okay, everyone, are you ready? Coming out of your twist if you're in it, and then up onto your hands. Now, can you bring your left leg a little bit closer to the front? Can you pull it in a little? And then bring your right leg back. And then up into down dog, and bring your right leg, once you're there, bring your right leg in the sky. And give it a good shake. Shake out the tension there. Shake it out. What do we sing, Megan? Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake that booty. And then bring your right foot down. Press the hips back into downward facing dog. And then as you come down, sweep your left knee forward for pigeon pose. Right leg back. Adjusting the left leg, flexing at the ankle. Heel pushing away to the right edge. And again, if you have some props, make use of them. Hold yourself up. And persuading the frontal right hip bone forward, the pelvic floor up, and then if you can, lift your back knee. In fact, it's good to lift both knees for a moment and get the right leg further back so that the groin comes closer to the floor. Open the chest, roll back the shoulders. This is called kapot, K-A-P-O-T, kapot asana. Asana is the posture, the position, the pose. Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Really persuade the right frontal hip bone forward. Can you feel that? If you let it go, we tend to fall over onto the front bent leg. So the more you bring the back leg hip in, the stronger, but more protected everything is. So it's really important that you don't let that roll out. Then, maybe with the blocks, bring them forward and place your forearms on them. Step 1. Can you get that right leg further back now? And then let it come to where is right for you. So with or without blocks, can you get your arms lower? Can you bring your chest more forward? And if you wish, lie all the way down. Still thinking, right frontal hip bone, forward and in. Those that like the twist, come up a little. Bring right hand and thread it through to the left until the right side of your head, behind your right ear, comes floor or block. Left arm sweeps round the back of your waist, and maybe the 2 fingers and thumb can bind round your left big toe. Binding, it's a little bit like the mudras. It's a seal of the energy. It's a connection to help the energy to flow. Left buttock getting a good stretch. Last 3 breaths. Pigeon and Sleeping Swan can really help combat sciatica, everyone. When you finish those 3 breaths, you bring the left hand down and you unthread your right hand and come center. And then trail the right leg closer and bring the left one beside it. Get the knees evenly placed, the hands nicely spread. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And then raise your left leg in the sky and shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Give it a good shake. The energy moving from hip to toes. And bring the foot down, downward facing dog, and hold. From here, you can bring the knees down first and then take the right foot forward, or from your down dog, step strongly through like we do in the sun salutations, right foot forward. Spread your right toes. Bring your knee above your ankle and bring the left knee down and release the toes of the left leg. There are 3 options. Remember I was saying option, option, option. So it doesn't mean you have to do it. It means it's an option when we start to move into this pose called Parivriti Ekapada Rajakapotasana. And Parivriti means that the pose is going to have somewhere that things begin to revolve. It's a turning. It's not so much of a twisting, it's a turning. Parivriti means to revolve. Watch. So you stay here. In fact, you could have your blocks here. It might be more comfortable to be upright. Being up like this is really good for the psoas to release from the lower back. So if you have a tight lower back, it's nice to be upright here. Left leg nicely back. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 options. Option 1, with maybe a block under your left hand, the right arm goes behind the waist and you take the turn to the right. Watch you don't let the right leg drop out. Just keep watching for now and stay in the lunge. Option 2, you can tuck under the back toes and elevate the left knee just to make it a little bit more space to get more of a revolve going on. Option 3, the knee stays down, but the foot lifts up and you catch it and you draw the left heel towards the left buttock. Keep the right knee above the right ankle. It might mean taking the foot a bit wider. Okay, that's your 3 options. Are you ready? So if you were using blocks here, take one or maybe both of them under the left hand. Bring the right arm behind your back. Now keep the right knee above or slightly forward of the ankle and turn right. Hold. Draw back the right shoulder. Look behind you. Option 2, if you think you're going to stay with that one, tuck the left toes, elevate the left knee and hold. If it gets too much, put the knee down. Option 3, if possible, knee down but far away from you. And then foot and shin up, catch the foot with your right hand, draw left heel to left buttock. Keep the twist. Parivriti, revolving one leg. One-legged pose, revolving Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Now slowly, as you release the left leg, bring the hands forward, tuck the left toes, move the blocks out of your way, and again, downward facing dog, slide back. Find your middle. Then lunge the left leg forward. Oh, I should have said we've moved on to Tara now. Sorry, I missed out the goddess. Bring the knee down, release the toes, maybe get your blocks. So from Saraswati and the Sleeping Swan, we've moved on to Tara, goddess of compassion. She's in the middle. You can look at her picture more closely after class, perhaps. She's very beautiful. She's very elegant. This is also Tara I have in the little statue, one of the statues I at some point brought back from India. And, you know, I was saying about how they're all linked with one of the 3 top gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Tara isn't. She is the original woman's liber. She was the first one of that era, if you like, to be elevated into a state of when you reach that nirvana, And she said, I want to keep coming back into an earthly body to help others. So she's the goddess of compassion. She helps us when things are really uncomfortable in our life, and she helps to get us through. So that could be now with all this realization that this pandemic's not over yet, and we still have a way to go before we can get to any kind of, I don't like the word normality, because what is normal anyway, but if you're facing a lot of discomforts, then Tara's your woman. She's your goddess. Om Shri Mahataraye Namaha. Om Shri Mahataraye Namaha. Let's bring the block or blocks under our right hand. Now remember, you can put your left knee a bit wider if the knee keeps moving out, but you really want to draw your pelvic floor up to try and keep all of this area stable and strong. So draw the inner thighs towards each other energetically, as if you were squeezing your knees together, yeah? Now sweep your left arm behind your waist. It might be different on this side. Look over your left shoulder. If you're going for the high lunge, it just means the knee is high, so your body doesn't go any higher. You just elevate the right knee. And that might get tiring, so you can put it back down at any point. Otherwise, try and get the right leg far away from you, and then bend it and maybe catch it with your right hand, left hand, sorry. Right heel, right buttock, left hand doing the pulling. Roll the left shoulder back, look behind you. Keep left knee above left ankle. Oh, Matara, help us to face the discomfort of this pose and come out of this pose feeling stronger and stronger. Reap the rewards from the discomfort of life and from the discomfort of some of our yoga asanas. They're going to build us up, make us stronger and make us more open. Slowly, gently release the leg. Move the blocks out of your way. Spread your fingers for down dog. Make sure every single finger is flat down. Thumbs face each other. Step back, down dog. Ooh. Who would like a little rest? Who would like a little rest? So bring your knees down. And again, big toes touching, knees wide. And press the hips back. And this time, use your arms folded as a little pillow for your forehead. Breathe. While you release, while you relax and recover, we'll move on to the energy of Kali. She's a lot of people's favourite, although she looks very scary. She has 4 arms that hold weapons and the head of the demon. A necklace round her is formed of shrunken skulls, and her belt is made of human hands. It all seems very strange. She's the goddess of time. She removes fear and the consort of Shiva. So is Durga actually in another lifetime. So Durga is Kali, Kali is Durga reincarnated, and they were both at one time the wives of Shiva. So Shiva, remember, is the destroyer. So like Shiva, Kali can come into your life when things really need to be cut, where you need to cut the ties and make space for growth in your life. She also removes fear. So if you know full well when there's things that you should be letting go of. But fear, because of the attachment, stops you letting them go. We're scared that if we let this go, we don't know where we're going. But we need to let it go before we can move on. So Kali comes to help us. Kali is a strong goddess. And remember that shrunken head and all the other things are got long stories behind them, but basically cut the head off the ego. Move forward. Okay, everyone, please come up to sitting. We're going to come into standing poses now. A squat, a wide-legged squat, a narrower feet together, well, not together, but closer squat, and then the wide leg forward bend. So again, do what you can. Remember I said at the beginning that normally the breathing is in through the nose, out through the nose. Well, in Kali's pose, we're going to look like Kali with her tongue sticking out and her eyes looking crazy. She's in a frenzy because she's just killed the demon. The demon that none of the warriors, none of the men could kill. The men were stupidly cutting away at this demon. This is way back in Hindu mythology. And every time they made the demon bleed, more demons were formed from the splashing of the blood on the floor. So it means that we can allow our ego to develop, to manifest into all sorts of crazy ideas. So we need to cut that head, not let the blood hit the floor, and finish. Yes? And Shiva comes and lies at her feet and says, enough. The war is over. We're done. So we're going to look like Kali in a moment. We'll be standing. Our arms will be like this. And the breath, most of you know it, but some of you might not. It's called the lion breath, Simasana. Watch my face. See, this is where you're lucky now. I don't have to see your faces doing this. Maybe I'm the lucky one. So when you breathe out, you're going to look at your third eye between your eyebrows, and you're going to stick out your tongue and breathe out through your mouth like this. Yes, 5 times. In each of these 5 times, your squat's going to get deeper. You don't come back up, you just keep going deeper. Let's rise. Come up. Bring your feet, if you maybe want to go to the long, facing the long edge, and bring them nice and wide. I'll stay facing this way so you can see me. And then take a little squat. Tiny one, because you're going to go down, 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 down. So don't go too far. Energetically draw up the pelvic floor. The feet are pointed out and the knees should track over the middle toe. Bring the arms to goalposts. Are you ready? Here we go. Inhale through the nose. Now out through the mouth. Look up between your eyebrows. Squat a little further. Stay. Inhale. Down a little deeper. 3 more. One more for luck. We can go deeper. Yes, girls? Let's do it. Big breath in and out. Now stay, stay, stay. Breathe normal. Normal, but perhaps quite powerfully. In and out through the nose. Tailbone rolling between the legs. Pelvic floor lifting. Chest open. Don't look down. Look straight ahead. Look the world straight in the eye. Have no fear. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Wiggle your feet in. You want your feet no wider than your narrow side of your mat now. Well done. Ah, Kali, a bit like Durga. She will empower us. She'll help us. Can you now bend your knees and start to come down into a deeper squat? As low as you can. If you find that difficult, you might be here, elbows on your thighs, that's fine. Come all the way down if you can. The third eye in yoga we use a lot. In Shiva, the masculine Shiva, he's always pictured with a third eye on his forehead. And this is a reminder that we can see clearly if we quiet the mind and go from within. Think about from your heart and connect deep inside. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Press out through your upper arms, pressing into your inner thighs. Now bring your thumbs to that place, just above and between your eyebrows, bowing your head and closing the 2 physical eyes. You're asking Kali here for some clarity. Clear my mind of all its troubles, this monkey mind of mine. Can you please, Kali, help me, bring me clarity. And release. Now just let your bottom come right down and stretch out your legs for a moment. I think I was going to take you back up there. I thought, no, let's come down. Stretch out. I've got another song now after saying that. Can anyone guess what it might be? Probably if you're just about as old as me. As soon as I said, bring me clarity, or let me see more clearly, and then when you bring your hands away, who's singing with me? I can see clearly now. Yeah, that one. We like a song in these yoga classes. We like a song. Well, I do. I hope you all join in at home. All right. So you're looking for clarity. You're looking to forgive yourself. You know, like I was saying about letting things go. Sometimes we hold on to stuff. And, you know, we let it beat us up. We play it over and over in our minds. I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do that? Why did I go into that relationship? Why did I take that job? It held me back. You can't change it. You can just forgive yourself and make space and move forward. Yes? Let's come back up for wide leg forward bend now. If you find this one difficult, you could have a couple of blocks to put your hands on. So have your feet much wider than the last one and have your heels as the widest point. Now you really want to lift your kneecaps here without locking them. So the knees should never lock. You don't push them back. You feel that there's a lift up. It's like when you pull up your trouser leg, your knee comes up higher, yes? The heels at the widest point where possible. When we go into the forward bend, if you'd rather stay something like this is okay, or maybe forearms on blocks. So you don't have to fall. You're looking to go through here with your torso, imagine. So let me pop them out the way. First of all, upright, hands on the hips, tailbone down, pelvic floor up, breastbone forward. Look nice and proud and upright. Inhale, lift the chest into a baby back bend, looking up to the sky. Exhale, roll through the hips, bringing the top of your head, the crown of your head forward, halfway. Now breathe here. Press those heels out if you can. Feel a stretch down the outside of the legs. If that's bothering your knees, turn the toes out a little. So either now hands can stay here, you can stay at the halfway, or on blocks, or if you can, with the fingers still pointing the same way as your toes, straight ahead of you, under your shoulders. Spread those fingers. Roll in the elbow creases, bend the elbows, look through between your legs. Now bring some weight through onto your toes, everyone. Don't have it all in your heels. And for those that can, really drop the head, bringing it all the way to the floor, but don't force that. Now you don't want the arms to go floppy here, everyone. Draw back your shoulders. Bend the elbows as if you're holding on to like a little beach ball or something between your elbows. Pull them in and feel like you're pressing the earth away through the palms of your hands. So don't collapse. Push the earth away, lift your buttocks up and let your head hang. Relax your jaw. Now as you breathe in, slowly come back to halfway, walking your hands forward. Then as you breathe out, wiggle your heel toes in. When you get to just wider than your hips, put your hands up onto your thighs and look forward. Power through the legs, pull in the tummy, inhale and rise. Take a little seat there at home and watch. I'm going to use that word option again. You've got three options. Number one, do it again because it's really good for you to keep practicing. Remember to put your back bend in and then your forward bend. So that's your first option, just repeat. Option two, practice your tripod balance. You must be careful with your neck. I think you can maybe see me better this way. So if you're doing the tripod balance, you're pushing the earth away and drawing your shoulders back. Watch. My head comes in front. My head comes closer to your monitor than my hands are. So my hands are under my shoulders. I bend the elbows and I take the top of my head forward. Then I push up, walk my feet wide and climb up onto my upper arms. This is the tripod balance. Option two, yes? Option three, I have to go quiet now because I need all my concentration. If you're going to do this, make sure there's nothing breakable in front of you. Don't go smashing any ornaments or glass doors or anything like that, please, if you're tempted to try it. Watch my feet. Shirshasana, headstand. Tripod balance. That's a lot of work, yes? It's a lot of work. Even if you just get that little moment where your feet lift the floor, it's like, oh, that feels amazing. And this is the energetic lift of your bandhas. Bandhas, mudras, all these words some of you might not be so familiar with. Basically, you just need to draw up from down below and keep that energy moving upwards. So now you have a few moments to choose. Wide leg forward bend, or on your knees, get onto your head and try and climb up, but you must keep your shoulders away from your ears, or from the wide leg forward bend up into Shirshasana. Have a little practice. Whichever one you're doing, make sure your neck feels good and strong, nice and safe. Your shoulders are down, you're pressing the earth away. And all three of those, wherever your hands are, you're pressing the earth away. You're drawing your shoulders back and you're drawing up your pelvic floor and in with your navel. And the standing wide leg forward bend, to get into any of those three postures, you must lift your chest, so breastbone away from the pubic bone, and press it through between your legs. Like really strong, tall, and proud through the chest. See where it takes you. Strong breathing. And then I think that's maybe long enough. So if you're up there, come down ever so safely, drawing in the tummy and coming down, and come all the way down to sitting when you're ready. Well done. You can let me know. You can post on this page how you managed, and if you want any help with that, then come and see me for a one-to-one. We're trying to get some nice, hopefully some nice weather will come next week, and I'm trying to fit in some students for some one-to-ones before I'm off for my 2 weeks. So if there's anything you need guidance with, and you would like my full attention for an hour or so, then you can join me in my outdoor studio on a one-to-one basis. But it has to be in the afternoons. It's the only time I have free. Anyway, back down now, our final goddess. We're nearly finished. And this is my Ganga. She rides a crocodile in the Ganges. And there's lots, I don't have time to tell you all the iconography there, but you can do a little research. Ma Ganga. She's about purifying us. It's a bit like I was saying about forgiving yourself. My Ganga can help you to release all the things that you might feel you need forgiven for, but we need to forgive ourselves. And she can secure our place into the next realm. Yes? Please stretch out your legs straight ahead of you. And then take your left knee towards you. A deep bend in the left knee. Pull the heel to your groin and then rotate from the socket of your left hip. That should hopefully be okay after all the wide leg things there. And we don't want this left foot to go under the right thigh, just against it. Your right leg is straight ahead of you. Can you watch just for a second here? I'm going into my forward bend. And then I'm going to bring my left arm behind me, leaning into my left hand and my left outer thigh. I raise my right hip and my right hand and arch my torso up to the sky. As I come back down, I need to rotate the torso to go forward, folding over the right leg. 5 times. My Ganga. Here we go. Inhale, raise both arms and face your torso straight ahead. Exhale, hands down towards holding the foot. Inhale, raise the left hand, look behind you, take it to the earth. Exhale, lift right hip, press into your right foot, your left knee, and sweep your arm over and come back down. Reaching the torso forward and down. 1. Rising up, sweep the left hand down to the floor behind you, the right hip and thigh up, and the right arm overhead. Stretch and come down, spin the torso forward and down. 2. Keep going. 3 more times, please. Flow like the river. Om Shri Mahagangaye Namaha. Om Shri Mahagangaye Namaha. One more. Om Shri Mahagangaye Namaha. Now pause in your left forward bend. Pause and stretch. Feel left hip open, right leg stretching, spine stretching. Reach your crown forward towards your right foot and release. As you rise up, draw up through the pelvic floor, sit up nice and tall, extend the left leg, well done. Bring your right heel in, hug your leg. Close the knee so it's safe. Rotating from the right hip, roll out. Sole of foot touches left inner thigh, left leg straight and strong. Revolve your torso straight ahead. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, reach long, stretch, and bring the hands down. Right hand coming up. Inhale, look behind you, place it on the floor. Exhale, lift left hip, press into the sole of the left foot, push up the chest, sweep the arm over. As you come down, rotate your torso forward and down. 4 more. 3 more. 2. Last one. Up and over with the right. And lifting up. Sweep the left over. And as you come back from this last one, holding the forward bend for a few more breaths. Listen, go inward, listen from deep within. Ask, what needs to be healed? Which part of me do I need to forgive myself for so that I can let go of it? My Ganga will help you to heal. Om Shri Mahagangaye Namaha. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out, extend your right leg and give your legs a little kick out. Well done. And then just for a moment, bend both knees. If you have a block handy, take it beside you as you spin the legs into the butterfly position. Have quite a big space away from the groin. We're not coming into the traditional cobbler in here, just a nice soft opening. And then take a block. It depends how far forward you go here. So we want to try and get our, we don't have to, but the aim is maybe to get the head more towards the feet with a rounded spine. So if you had a block, maybe standing up, or even if you don't go very far, you could put the other one on top and be here. Or you could have the block lower and be here. Or perhaps you get all the way to your feet so you can open the feet. Looking at the soles of your feet, your thumbs help to open the feet. And you take a big breath in and you allow the spine to round as you breathe out and come forward. So do what you're happy with, everyone. Last 5 breaths here. And after those 5 breaths, come up gently. Help the knees together. And then cross your legs in a comfortable sitting position. Well done. Now, we're going to finish just before we lie back in Shavasana with another pranayama. This pranayama is not for pregnancy, okay? It's also not if you've got high blood pressure. So if either of that is relevant to you. I just want you to sit and take full, deep, flowing breaths in. It will still be nice just to sit and breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. So high blood pressure, don't do what we're going to do. Pregnancy, don't do what we're going to do. It's quite a forceful breath. It's Kapalabhati. It's also used in Kundalini rising and Tantra practices to try and really get the energy that might be just about there. So we just need to give it another little helping hand. So this is the one. If I come closer to the monitor, watch my belly when I do this. As I breathe out, my tummy must go in or it doesn't work. In fact, it can be counterintuitive. So don't let your belly go out when you breathe out. Belly goes in when you breathe out, like you've just been punched. So obviously you wouldn't want to do that if you're pregnant, okay? So 27 pumps of the belly. Otherwise, just sit and breathe. Whatever you're doing, take your index fingertip to your thumb tip. Stretch the other 3 fingers and stretch your arms onto your legs. Close your eyes. 27 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, normal. You ready? Relax. Can we do that one more time, as long as you're not feeling dizzy? So if you are feeling lightheaded, you have to remember and breathe in between every exhale. So if you can, another 27, making 54, half of that very magical number, 108. Exhale. Here we go. Relax. Now again, for those that were doing that only, we're going to hold the breath 27 seconds. Breathe in. Drop your pelvic floor, pull in your tummy, lift your chest, bring your chin to your chest, hold your breath. Lift your chin, exhale. Everybody, bring your mudra in your right hand, this index finger touching lightly to the thumb tip against the breastbone. Other 3 fingers pointing up to the universe above us and around us. Ahamkara mudra. Connect to the heart center. If you know this mantra, feel free, of course, to join in. It's a famous Buddhist mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Releasing your mudras. Everyone, lie back on your mat in Shavasana. Finishing where we started, but completely different. Energetically, physically, emotionally changed. Feel the energy moving around your body. Lie back Release your arms, release your legs away from your torso. Let go, let go. Bring all your awareness to where you held that last mudra at the heart center. Behind your closed eyes, just focus there. Focus on the light and energy that's in your heart center right now. Focus on light and love. Let it fill your body to the cells of your body. Feel the light of love in an aura around your body. And those who visualize in color, notice what color surrounds you right now. And if you want to ask me about that after class, you can put it on the messages here on this page. You can say, oh, Karina, in Shavasana, I was surrounded in the color, and then we can look into what that color means. Don't try and force anything, just if it happens. And allow this loving light that's right there in the center of your chest to spread its warmth, its comfort all over your body, to relax the busy mind, to energize in a sattvic way, a balanced way. Bathe in the light of love. Hear the birds singing in my garden. Be in nature. Be bathed in loving light. Relax. Beautiful goddesses of Thursday night's yoga class, it's time to finish your practice now. So allow your fingers and toes to have a little wiggle. And then maybe have a yawn, a stretch, whatever feels good. And rolling over onto your left hand side to be restful to your heart. Take a moment. And when you can, come to sitting for our traditional close to the class. And once you're in a sitting position, we bring our hands for the last time today into what's now been very commonly taken over, isn't it? Rather than shaking hands, this gesture. And that's something good that's come out of all this. It's a beautiful gesture of acknowledgement to each other. There was actually a thread on Facebook today from one of the yoga organizations with some yoga teachers saying that this shouldn't be a closing to the class because it's considered to be a greeting. But it's a bit pedantic to say that. And my comment, which I'm quite proud of, was that yes, we are greeting each other again, because when we were lying down in Shavasana, we dropped off, we were corpse for a moment and we surrendered everything. So when we come back up, it's we're re-greeting each other, and we're renewed. And again, we're saying the word namaste means, as I bring my hands to my heart center and I see you, what I see is the light that's within my heart center, or my soul, if you like, the light, the spark that keeps us alive, recognizes it in you too. You girls all at home, we are all one. So when we take our hands together and we bow, we say, I see you. I see you, fellow soul. That makes me get emotional. We are all we are all one. I've had an emotional week. It's okay, I'm happy, I promise. Thank you for allowing me to guide you. And it's only through all the knowledge that's been passed down over the years of yoga, the philosophy, the guidance through the iconography, the breath, the postures. It's not me, it's being passed on through me to you. But thank you for choosing me to be your guide. Namaste. Namaste. Be safe. We'll see you next week.